Hey, and we back, and we back, and we back, man. It's another round of SG Podcast. It's your host, H. Hendricks, with your main man, a special guest. We got a main man in the building today. I'm glad you guys tuned in today. As you guys continue to join in, more people join in as we go, and we here live. As we always talk about, our main subject is like winning at the sport of business. And we got one of the main business people in the area right now. He's a main entrepreneur. He started from small businesses. He's been a part of big businesses to help people start, especially black-owned businesses or say multicultural businesses. He's been a part of a lot of businesses. And so he's very business-minded now. Not only does he run his own businesses, but now he has taken himself to heights to be able to help pull somebody else up. All right. Be able to give somebody else the opportunity to be able to understand the information that he may be gotten already. He want to be able to spread that knowledge with the future people moving forward. More into like that motivation, that mentor, somebody to be able to look up to because, you know what I'm saying? I like the scenario of saying that the birds of a feather flock together. So I'm trying to flock with some people that's trying to make it happen. As myself, I'm a business owner. And so I'm trying to be on here and actually share that information with you guys that's going to be joining in here in just one moment, man. And so let's welcome a man. Don't hesitate. Don't hold back. Make sure you guys put a little round of applause there for my main man, Sherman Owens, man. Y'all give it up for him. Give it up
I
for him.
definitely appreciate that, my brother. I definitely appreciate my brother, Big H. Yeah. So with no more further ado, I know everybody is definitely in today, and they ain't coming to wait, and we ain't coming to waste no time. So we're gonna dive right into it. I'm gonna give a little bit of background on me personally, and then I'm gonna break down some Jews, some steps that people can start executing right now, today, and start moving forth on whatever business venture that they're trying to start. Because one thing about
Hey, information.
the steps is universal. The steps
Mm,
apply to any and every business. So it's not about, oh, well, what if I got this business or what if I got this business? Does these
mm.
steps still apply? Yes, the answer is absolutely, unequivocally yes. The same steps would apply. So, to give a little bit of background about myself, I'm originally from Miami, Florida. I'm a
Okay, MIA.
husband. I'm a father. I'm a new grandfather. As Mr. Howard, Mr. H say, I am an entrepreneur. I did any and everything from cutting grass to pressure cleaning, catering, restaurants. I did mobile semi truck driving. I do credit repair and you name it. But I get all of that from my own personal walks. Like each and everything that I ever did, any business venture that I ever did, yes, it was times that I had to pay people, and there's still times today that I still pay people for certain things, but I'm very hands-on to each and every aspect of my businesses. So that's what, I'm more of the educator because I feel like I'm a man that loves to go fishing myself. So I don't want to
Okay.
pay you every time I want to go fishing. I got a taste for some fish. I don't want to,
Right.
be able to pay you to go fishing for me just to bring back that catch. I want to teach you guys out here today how to do the research and do the due diligence your own self, walk you through the process on how to build out, how to first structure your corporation, and then take it to the next level and get business credit compliant so that way you can apply for big business loans as well as them Fortune 500 companies out here today. So that's the juice
Absolutely.
that we come to drop.
Yep, and we're gonna be able to drop all this information to everybody, and we're excited to get that information. And it's really good how you started us off, giving us saying let's take it to the background, giving like say, different jobs that you've been through. And a lot of times, what people like now are right now is that they're kind of tired of just working those jobs, like just getting a job just to to pay you something.
Mhm.
And so one of the ideas and nuggets that you dealt with, if you could just expound on it or go further into it, like what made you change so many jobs? Like what made you go in between trying different things?
Okay, well, like for me personally, like I've never had a problem with working a regular 9 to 5 job, but it's something that never felt right with me. It's something that I was never taught to do in a sense because like my father was always an entrepreneur. My
Mhm.
father owned businesses from record companies to printing companies, pallet companies, grocery stores, real estate, and everything. So I always had that entrepreneur side, that entrepreneur spirit. Even though my mother's side of the family is middle class, hardworking people, but that just never sat right in my spirit. And I was always taught that if you really wanted security in life, you have to really get up yourself and go out there and achieve it. It's
Yeah.
nothing in life unless you was automatically passed down that generational wealth. You really have to get out here and almost work 2 and 3 times as hard, because especially for us as minorities, we kind of behind in time. We kind of behind on certain education, most and definitely when it comes to financial education. And that's the reason why, like I say, on my platform and things of what we're doing now, I go through the steps as to show the people how you can acquire these things that we was never even taught from the beginning. That's just like even yesterday, I had a group of guys in a
Mm-hmm.
private meeting to where we was playing Robert Kiyosaki game, the Rat Race, and
Oh,
the
okay.
cash flow quadrant. So we was sitting down and we was breaking down that game, and it's funny, and I tell people all the time, it's a lot of tools that's in that game that teaches us really about real world and about finances that we really was never taught. We never was sat down at the dinner table with our parents and watched them go over finances. When you talked about finances in the average household that I was in, if you wasn't
Mm-hmm.
really out there in the streets getting illegal money, or you just had it like that, that was a conversation of stress. You know what I'm saying? That was a
Yeah.
conversation that really brung on arguments. So now
Mm.
we able to like open up our minds and say, hey man, we really can have these conversations with intent and good purpose and will behind it, and with a purpose, not just, oh man, credit, oh man, that's a bad thing. Let's just get this credit card and put $20, $30 in our gas tank just to get us to and from work on our
Yeah.
hard days. Why don't we use, like, I mean, I'm gonna break down some real juice for you. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to use, because the average person, especially like us, we thinking about small guys. You're going to think about what? Subcontracting. You're going to think
Yeah.
about open up a car wash. You're going to think about open up a landscaping or pressure cleaning business. All of those businesses are very good and they could thrive. But I'm just going to break down some real key jewels as to,
Mm-hmm.
instead of you using your hard-earned money, using your tax money when the tax season come in, or saving up for a few years or something like that. Let's look at it this way. Average person, you got $200.
Yeah.
The first $200 that you could get, that you could say, hey, I'm gonna throw this away for a year investment. The first thing I'm gonna ask you to do is get on iPostal One, get on Namecheap, and when you Google those names, Namecheap is a company that a lot of people think that you have to have a website. I'm sorry, H, I didn't give you that one, but that's the one that you get on Namecheap, and you could actually get your website domain name for like $4 or $5, because they run it real specials on there. Once you get your
Oh,
your your,
wow.
your domain name and your ULR from Namecheap, then you
Mm-hmm.
want to take that over to iPostal One. iPostal One is that platform to where on most businesses, if you want to get credit compliant, you want to have a virtual address versus using your home address. That's what gets you the loans. That's what gets you the credit cards and things of that sort. So you get on iPostal One, you pick any location. They run about $9 or $10, and you
Okay.
basically look at different venues that you would think that matches your business look. So for an example, if you getting a trucking company, you don't want to have like a big glass building, because you have a trucking company that's more of for people that's running like a tax office, or you a bookkeeper, or
Yeah.
something to that make. Even if you was a barber, you could still
Yeah.
be in a glass building, so you'll have that better professional look when a person Google your business. Now, whether you really own that business, or own one of those suits inside that shop, you don't have none of the $1,500 rent that comes along with that building. You don't have no light bill or anything. With iPostal One, you're going to get a virtual address. You're going to get a business email address. So we definitely have to get away from the Yahoo and stuff like that when you're talking about doing business. If you're not,
So
but
hold
no,
up, hold up, hold up, hold up. So I know that you're saying something about this I posted one. We're gonna be able to pull it up in just a moment.
okay.
But what's the downfall about the Gmail, or say the Hotmail? What's the downfall about having that stuff you're saying?
Okay, when you're running a business,
Hmm.
it's kind of fringe that, like, if you I'm gonna just cut it dry. Like if I'm a business or you a bank and you come inside my establishment and you asking me for 10, 20, 30, $50,000 and you using Yahoo, are you using, someone like Bing, that's not really credible inside the financial arena. So what they
Mm,
recognize, if you're a real business, you want to go in there looking like a real, even if you don't really have all of the bells and whistles, in order for them to give you that money, you have to at least look like you credit worthy for that type of money that you're going in there asking for. So if you
100%.
if you look around in any state or city that you're in, you will see that big businesses, if they don't even have, they'll have somewhat like some might have Gmail, but for the most part, it's like iCloud. And for the most part, you actually using your business name in a whole in itself as your business email address. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
that's
I got
what
you.
they recognize that more so than a Yahoo. You get what I'm saying? It looks more
Mm,
professional.
okay.
Also, you can't use, even though you like might be saying, hey, I don't want to use my personal cell phone so much for my business purposes. You get what I'm saying? I want to kind of get away from it. But if you're not really a big guy where you really have an account using your business name for that account on that cell phone, then the best option for you is to use not a virtual phone number from like Google, because like when you use that Google voice phone number, that's going to
Hmm.
automatically deny you for any type of business credit that you're going to try to apply for. So you get away from that, and that's why they do have services out here that's more recognizable. And I'm not just saying iPostal One is the best. I'm quite sure that there's other companies that's out there. That's just the one that I personally use. That's the one that I'm familiar with, and people that's around me, because it was actually referred to me from other
Okay.
people. You get what I'm saying? And they're very credible. And it's an all-in-one platform. You don't want to have to deal with one company. You got to get the email address. Another company might be good for the virtual address. Another company might be good for their email marketing. Because like even with iPostal One, even though like I say, you might could use your personal home, like you really running your business out of your home, but you're
Yeah.
using this virtual address over here. So when your mail come there, they have the option to say, hey, would you like to come to this location and pick up your mail? We can actually have it shipped to your home. We can have it shipped to an address nearest to you, or you have the option to come and pick it up from us. Or we could just discard it if you would like. You have that
Okay.
option. Even when it comes to like when you have your business phone number set up with them, you use it more or less like a 1-800 number, and so on and so on, that kind of attached sometime to your business number. But it's more prominent to have a business 1-800 number versus like your regular cell phone number. Even though you can
So,
still have them
so what
same
what we'll
calls.
do is let's do this. Let's go ahead and put up this website really quick. Let's go ahead and do this.
Okay.
We're gonna share it here. So we're gonna go to the postal first. Okay. Can you see that?
No, that's up that you on nav. Go to iPostal One.
Okay. Let's switch it up. Sorry about that. That
Yes,
correct?
sir. That's them.
All right.
So yeah, as you can see, like I say, even if you would like to have, since you controlling the screen, you can see like how they have their different products and their services. You could go through them, while we on the screen, and you can see it a little bit better than I can, because like I say, you controlling it, but I do see it, and you could just read for the people what's actually on there, and you can see, like I say, they have the virtual address, they have the phone number, they got the fax number, and everything. And I personally, I always get the $40 a month package. So you see right there how you have that's the virtual mailing address. You see, like I was saying, that's
Yep.
999.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? That's your virtual business address. And then once you click on it, you could put in your zip code or address, closest to you, and you see millions of, because what they are is businesses and warehouses and stuff that's actually close to where you already live. So you would generally, no matter where you at in the world, when you put in your information as to where you at in your zip code, it's going to show you business fronts that's actually in your area. So you really actually buying business suits with companies, and you actually helping companies that's locally to you even thrive with them actually helping you to build out your business credit platform as well. So that's why, like I say, it's an all-in-one platform. They're just beautiful to me. You know, you get everything all in one, and for $40, you really can't beat that.
Yep, it has various plans. So it got where you get your street address, you get your digital mailbox, you get a phone number, get a voicemail, you get a fax, you get and it gives you a real street address.
Yeah,
So it does work pretty big facts. I mean, rather than just putting a PO box at a post office or trying to come up with something different, you get that chance to be able to have something that's going to give you, like, I mean, actual place you could be. As far as like being able to send your mail and it's legitimate, not just like a corner stop or a broken down house.
yes.
And that's good. That's good information.
And see, and the thing about that, what makes that so strong is that anytime you're doing anything on the business side, the first thing that they're going to do, even you as a consumer, what do we do nowadays? The first thing before we buy something from any product or service online, the first thing
Yeah.
you want to do is look at their reviews.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
100.
when you going in there and you trying to apply for a loan, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to Google you. And the better you look, the higher your chances are of getting whatever it is you're trying to get. That's all we doing. And then
100%. And so, how with this, and this is something that most people, I mean, they're gonna take this information and pretty much run with it. How soon do you tell them to do this? Is this something that they establish? Say once you get your name and everything, go ahead and get your address, or at
see
what point do you figure this out?
the thing about that is you have to secure your name. Yes, so you would do a regular general search on whatever state that you're in. And like, for us that's from Florida, we generally go on Sunbiz. So
Mhm.
once you go on Sunbiz, you generally want to just check to see if your name is available. Once you can see that your name is available on the on the state's platform, on whichever state that you're in, before you even register for your EIN number, before you even register for your corporation filing papers, you want to just check to see that it's available. And once you check to see that it's available, then you come back over to iPostal One, because for your EIN number and your corporate filing fees, you're going to have to put in your business phone number. You're going to have to put in your business email address. You're going to have to put in the physical address of the business. So you
Mhm.
wouldn't even have none of those things without doing iPostal One first. So that's what secures all those things. So when you go over, all of your steps is made easy. You don't have to go back and fix nothing later on. That's
Oh, okay.
you kind of get what I'm saying? If you set it up right from the beginning.
Okay.
You get me?
Yes. And so once you have this, this would be good. Actually, this is good information. And a lot of people I know I've been talking to lately, is this good ever just to like put on your cards?
Is you say, is it good to put on your cards?
Yeah, like as far as a business card.
Yes. Yes, that's like that's literally your address. That's really your phone number. That's like all of your business information, like from here on out. And just think about it like this. If you are using your home address, the average person in society now, give or take, you're gonna move in about 3 to 5 years. But just say if your business is really thriving and even if your business is really thriving and you want to move because you just moved up in life, right? Are you moving because better schools or for whatever reason? Do you want to have to go back and have to change all of that information on your corporate filing fees, which, with that being said, you only could change the information on your corporate filing fees once a year when it's time for you to do your annual taxes.
Oh, okay. Which is good
So
information.
once you set everything up with iPostal One, it will always be there the same. And I mean, like I said, you have to pay their monthly fee of $40, and that's not something that's coming to me. That's totally their service, and I'm just representing them because, like I say, they did such a good job for me and a lot of other people that I know. But that's I mean, it's all in one platform, so why not use it? You get what
100%.
I'm saying? It
Okay, that's
makes
really
everything
good.
so much easier.
Yeah.
And like I say, if you moving, you won't have to go back and fix anything. You will always have that same business location.
That same address. Okay, which is
Yeah.
good. And so I know once I get established, I say I got that postal one. I got everything set up. I'm all good in those areas. What is the next steps? I know you was telling me about some other additional things. So after you
Okay,
get
on
that thing,
the very next step is you simply not on the websites that I gave you, because every state is a little bit different. So you
mm,
would generally just Google irs.gov EIN number, which is in your employee identification number. You just Google EIN number. For those of you that's watching in whichever state that you're in, you want to make sure
mm,
that you get that blue symbol that's really showing the IRS symbol. And you will look down below on the search tab and you will see a free EIN number. It's totally for free and it's just based on different states. Once you get your EIN number, your address and everything that you will use will be from the iPostal one. The email address will be that business email address, unless you're using Google. That's the only thing that I prefer. If you're not buying your business email address, the only other email address you should be using is Google, and still not your personal name or anything like that. It has
mm.
to be, when you set up that business email address, it has to coincide with the business, not no Poochie or Pookie.com. Whatever business that you have, they got to say
Yeah.
such and such business. Like for me, I'm Abundant Success Credit Solutions, and that's my email address as well. You get what I'm
Mm,
saying? It's the exact same way. So once you get all those things lined up, then you will go into your state department. Every state is different, like I said earlier. You'll go into whichever state that you're in. Don't go into one of those companies that's trying to charge you $100 to fill out the same information that they're going to ask you anyway. You go
yeah, man. A
directly
lot
to
of
the
people get
state
caught up in
state
that. I've seen that
secretary.
happen to a lot of people. A lot of people get caught up in that where they like have those outside sites that to say, yeah, we can help you get your application in just for a small fee of $15 or 75, 100. Or you need EIN, use our customer. We could be able to set you up.
Yeah,
And so you find out paying extra fees instead of going directly to the website because they can be at org or .com. So make sure that you do your due diligence in terms of researching the website, before you be able to go in and start paying money for something that you shouldn't, or even consult with people that have already put themselves in a place to be successful. So make sure, because I've seen some people get caught up in those scenarios before.
and that's definitely what we're here for. We'll walk you through. If you want, just reach out to us, reach out to me. You can reach out to Howard, and we'll walk you through the whole step. I will gladly walk you through the whole step process. That's what I'm here for, and that's really what we out here doing this platform all for, and what we really all about. But each one teach one. We trying to
Mm-hmm.
lift. We ain't trying to pull nobody down. Ain't no big eyes and no little U's. We all can push this cart and get to the other side of this. That road. So moving forward, with that being said, once you set up for your free EIN number, then you go directly, like we were saying, to the state or whichever you live in, do your corporate filing fees. And normally in almost every state, I see it dropped down from about $45. The most I've ever heard of was like 120, but on average, it's like anywhere from $80 to $100 on average. But I seen it
Mm-hmm.
reach up to about $100 and so in like California and Arizona and stuff like that. But once you get your corporate filing fees and stuff like that, then the very next step that you want to do simultaneously, you don't have to wait 5, 6, 7 days. As soon as you file your corporate filing fees, you got your EIN number. Immediately, you want to go on over to Don and Bradstreet. So if you would
Mm-hmm.
like to, bring up the Don and Bradstreet screen for us.
I think I got it. Here we go. Rock.
Perfect. Right here, as you can see on Don and Bradstreet, what a lot of people think, that especially people that never really own businesses, a lot of people think that your EIN number is your credit number when you're doing business. Actually, your EIN number is not. It is not where you build your business credit at. Your EIN number is solely for tax purposes only. So your EIN number, and the only time you will really use that is for your corporate filing fees, as well as for your when you first open up your bank account on whichever bank or credit union that you guys prefer to use for your business. But Don and Bradstreet is where they do the credit monitoring the credit tracking, as well as they give you your credit profile. It's totally for free. So like I say again, stop paying all those big fees and stuff like that, because here's the Jews right here, DMB. You know, you go on there, all the information you would know. You know your business name, you know your name, you know your EIN number, you know your business address. The stuff is free, y'all. Get on here, fill it out. Now you get your credit monitoring. With them, they're going to also try to advertise you and ask you to buy different things. Just get the free credit monitoring. All of the services that's with them is totally for free. So they're going to give you your business credit number totally for free, as well as they do credit monitoring and tracking for free. So don't buy nothing from them, even Don and Bradstreet, but you have to have them in order for you to build your business credit. They basically just like TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian on personal credit. These are the exact same people. So you can't get around them. But like I say again, and I emphasize, opening up an account with them is solely for free. Now,
We have a question on the floor.
shoot.
The question is, what do you do when you live in one state but doing vendor events in other states?
That really depends on how your business structure is set up, for one. And for two, it depends on which state that you're doing business in. Because like, no matter, even if you're doing your business structure is in one state, but you're doing business in other states, generally by law, you're still supposed to pay the taxes in those states that you're actually doing business in, as well as the state that you're incorporated in by law. But that's for each his own.
Yep. Hey, you got to do business where your business is being dealt at, and that's good. That's good information. All
Yeah.
right. And so once you get the DMB, you go ahead and establish the business credit with them. So you say they do the business monitoring for you. They monitor your credit, and then they
Yes,
offer you other products. Okay.
yes, they do have a lot of other products that they will offer, but I'm just telling everyone about the free products. You get what I'm saying? Because if you're trying to build in a way, like we was always like, a lot of people that it's like, I say it's a lot because the more people I talk to, I run across a lot of the same questions. So that's what make me like, I understand that it's a lot of people really don't know that a lot of these services and stuff is really for free. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And that's
100%.
what
Yeah.
be so shocking to me. They like, oh man, this person charged me $500. I'm like, for what? These
Mm-hmm.
services are free. Like, so even me myself, when I first started out, I paid people $500 to build out my business for me. Then some say, you know what? Instead of me just paying you the $500 to do everything for me, and then I come back and I got a ready-made business, why don't I pay you $550, bro? And me and you sit down and you show me how to do all this stuff together. Like
100%.
literally
Yeah.
sit next to me and just let me do everything. And that's how I really learned how to do everything that I learned how to do. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Even when I built my business credit, me
Mhm.
personally, in the very beginning, I paid companies to teach me how to not only build my business credit, but I paid them to teach me how to do it myself. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I'm not trying to charge people, $500. I ain't charging people the roof, because I don't do it for you. I do it
Mhm.
with you. I'm more the
Yeah.
educator. I'm not trying to charge you no $5, $25, $50, $100 a month, and then just I tell you, and we're gonna go from this point to this point in a year. No, that's not who we is. We walk you through the steps, but I do expedite the steps. And what I mean by expedite the steps, like a lot of people when it comes, like even with them, see, in order for you to get a trade line, you have to
Yeah.
set up with Dun and Bradstreet first. You have to set up and get your business credit line with them. Also,
Oh,
they
okay.
do have a
And
service
so you
that,
just threw something out there, and I don't think a lot of people understand this in terms of business credit having a trade line. Can you just tell them what exactly that
yes,
help is a trade
that's why
line?
I'm saying, that's what I'm actually gearing up for. That's why I touch so much on the DMB and how much it's so important, because in order for you to even get the trade line, you have to be set up with DMB first. You get what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Which is Dun and Bradstreet. Once you set up and they're gonna give you your business, which is, we'll say like a EIN number, but it's totally not. That's your real, tax number for business credit. Once you do that, they do have a service that they charge $30 a month. That it's like it's like how would you say, it's self lending. So we'll say this for an example. Just say for the rest of the year you might want to save $5,000. So
Mm-hmm.
you'll break that down into how many weeks, if you want to pay in by weekly, you want to pay in every other week, about a month. So you'll say, hey, listen, you're going to take out X and Y Z from directly out of my account, and you're going to pay them. And in the course of a year, you've been saved up to the amount that you set up with them. And in the end of that year, you're going to get your money back. But they're going to actually show a trade line on your business credit for that 5,000 once you give them that $30 or $40 for them to report. The very next one is like we was the very next screen, which you don't have to put it up right now, but I have to touch on it because before I could get into the trade line, I have to show you the platforms. So the very next one is Nav. Nav is an all-in-one platform. So just like Dun and Bradstreet, Nav is another reporting agency that also reports your trade line. So just like I gave you the breakdown on how they hold your credit report, just like TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Dun and Bradstreet is first, Nav is second. They also going to monitor you and everything as well. The only difference is with Nav, they're going to charge you that $30. You can get the $30 plan, $40 plan. It just depends on how much you want to save in the course of the year. But like I say again, all of the money that you put into it, that savings account. So like, let me back up to make sure you clearly understand, because I know some people get lost with this. Just say from right now to the end of the year, you want to save $10,000, $5,000, even $1,000, depending on whatever it is you want to save.
All
You're
right.
going to open up an account with them as a savings account, right? When you open up that account with them, just say, for an example, you gave them $30, $40 down. Soon as you open up that account, they're going to report on your credit side, on your business credit side, like you have a trade line with them for that $1,000, that $10,000, that $5,000. But you're going to pay into it weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, however it is you set up with them to pay into it. Normally it's monthly, mainly it's
Okay.
monthly, but you can set it up. Once you set it up, if you miss a payment, it's just like saying you miss a credit card payment, right? Or and if you make all your payments for the course of that time, it's not saying that in the end of the course of the year that you have 10 grand. They saying that right now they're reporting on your credit that you have 10 grand, even though you paying into it weekly or bi-weekly. Um, and that's what's going to tremendously boost your business credit, because what you're shooting for is a 80 or 90 paydex. What we also teach people, and because I'm aggressive.
So a question a question on the floor here is that so basically from what your understanding is that the money you're putting in, they already give you a credit of $10,000. You're just basically paying on this money that they already, say for instance, lent you through virtual credit per se.
Yes,
So
yes.
what happens with the say? What happens at the end of the year? Do they give you this money back, or it just stays in this account to keep
No, that's
accumulating?
that's 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 totally yours. If you want to turn around and reinvest it, like just say if you want to say, okay, well, I made 10 grand out of the first year, so now I want to save to 20, 30 grand in the next year. You could put that roll over that 10 and keep going. You could pull that money out. It's totally yours. I mean, like,
Okay.
there's no penalties or anything like that. It's totally free and clear to you to do with whatever and whatever you want to do with it. You just
So it's a
basically
bank account.
strengthen your business credit by using them. That's all you use them for.
All right. So it's almost considered like a bank account. So, but
Yes,
it's
yes.
just through NAV, and it does establish and say business credit. Okay,
hmm Those are the steps for business credit.
I got
Um,
that.
Now, like I was saying, I'm a street person, you know, and by me being a retired street person, I'm very aggressive when it comes to how I do business. And I say that to say this. Okay, the goal is to get a 80 paydex score, right? So in average in ancient times, most companies would take a year to build out their business platform to have an 80 payback score. But I'm so strategic in what it is that I do, and I learned as I went. And it's like, how you pick up tricks and trades from a little bit here and a little bit there, and you put your own little twist and sauce on it. And that's what I did to make my thing real aggressive. Well, so instead of you applying for like 2 and 3 different trade lines in the course of 1 month, I hit them all in the head at one time. And what I mean is this: as soon as you set up with that Dun and Bradstreet, as soon as you set up with Nav, soon as you get that number in, immediately what you want to do is hit up Quail, hit up Granger, hit up Uline. These are all different companies, Office Supply, Staples, all these different trade line companies. That basically is going to give you trade lines of credit. And those of you that want to start, and I'm gonna throw in this freebie because I like to give out extra sauce. For those of you, no matter what you're doing, everybody want a clothing line now. So a freebie, Shirsty.com. Shirsty.com. Go on Shirsty. Once you got your business platform set up, go on Shirsty. They're going to start you off with probably a $2,000 trade line. So that means long as you got the design or whatever, however you want it, even if you don't have your own design, they do have designers that they'll help you out with. But the key to it is this: they're going to give you a $2,000 trade line to start whatever clothing line that you want to start right now today. The only requirement that they do have is once you apply, you have all your business profile stuff together. Like I say, your Dun and Bradstreet, your EIN number, corporate papers and stuff like that squared away. You immediately sign up with them. It's just like BJ's and Sam's and wholesale, because they do they have all of the material. They're going to ship it out for you and everything. So their requirement is $100. Once you pay the $100, they're gonna automatically give you the credit line. But in order for you to activate the credit line, you have to buy into their membership, which is $100. And 9 times out of 10, they're gonna start you off with like $2,000. And you just go on there. You could drop your logos on any shirt, pants, cap, hat, mug, pen, everything. And they're going to ship it for you. It's basically like you just market your own business and they take care of everything else for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's actually a trade line. So just say even when you make your initial $100 payment to them, they're going to immediately report that to Nav, Dun and Bradstreet, as if you made a positive payment, because like I say again, that's a trade line. Like I say, I'm very aggressive on building my trade lines. So, like I say, when I'm telling you these Nav and these companies,
good question. So you said, is that a subscription? So
is what a subscription?
The Thirsty.
No, it's not. It's a yearly membership. So you just pay it the initial time, and you don't have to pay it again to that following year. It's just that $100 yearly.
Okay.
And but like I say, that's a trade line that's starting you off out the gate with $2,000 that you could purchase products from, put your name, your shirt, your logo on whatever products that they have, and they could ship it to you. You could sell it in your neighborhood, within your family and friends. And also, you could open up your online store and you could promote it that way with a secure link that you have with them, just like an affiliate product, and you sell it that way. And when your customers go on to buy, they're going to automatically put in their own information. They're going to put in their own credit card information. So Shirsty's going to automatically take their percentage, and they're going to also ship you your percentage with however you want to set your payment up with them, whether it's your personal bank account, whether it's your PayPal, Stripe, or any other platform that you would use for your payment processing.
Okay, that's nice, man. That's good information. Thank you for that gem and that nugget, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, man, we come to drop jewels, man. I'm coming to drop jewels. So that's the number one in your trade line. And I want to also emphasize this for those of you that sprinting out. When you dealing with the Uline, the Grangers, the Quails, the Shirsty, you want to apply for all of them. If really, I say apply for them in the same night. Like really, it really shouldn't take you nothing but an hour to sit down and just simply fill out all the information, go on these different websites. As a matter of fact, you know, in the link below, how I know I provided you the free link. For those of you that's watching, we is gonna still drop those free jewels. We have the
Yep.
my ebook on the mindset. While we on that note, I wanted to drop that. We got the book on the mindset. That's gonna be in that link down below. You have a personal introduction in the link down below that's going to give you a basic walkthrough on personal credit building as well as a basic understanding of business credit building. Or you could just go ahead and get my personal ebook with all of the one-on-one steps as well as my mentorship on the personal credit side, as well as my personal ebook that's the same on business credit building. You get what I'm saying? But with that being said, how I'm so strategic and aggressive is, like I say, when I apply for the Granger, the Uline, the Quail, and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
you apply for them all simultaneously. And the reason why you want to apply for them simultaneously, because you wanted them all to kind of hit the system at the same time. You don't want one company to be reporting that you brought from them and you ain't buy from something else, and it's taking your business credit longer to hit that 80 payback score. You get what I'm saying? So what
Mm-hmm.
I tell people is the number one key secret is this. You have to spend over $50 with any merchant. You're going to have to spend over $50, but you don't have to spend over 100. And that's not including the shipping. So if you just, let's say, for I'm gonna be real frank with you. When you go on a lot of those sites, I'm gonna be real. You could know for a fact that you could go to Home Depot or Lowe's and you could buy a water hose for
Mm-hmm.
$20. But on here, they're trying to charge you $50 or $75 for the exact same water hose that's doing the same thing. But the only thing that you is getting different is you building out your business credit. If you was to just go in there and buy that water hose for $20, you're not helping your empire. You're not helping you strengthen your powers in this economic system. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just going in there paying for it cash. I mean, Donald, if I mean, I know a lot of people gonna hate me for this because I know a lot of people don't, really don't like him. But Donald Trump showed us best. He built big businesses, went bankrupt, owned everything, still controls everything, you know, off of credit. So I'm not necessarily saying that any and all his tactics you have to use, but
Yeah.
I use it for an example to strengthen what I'm saying. This world was built on credit. If you really do the research, ever since March 5th, 1933, President Roosevelt declared the United States of America bankrupt. Google it, research it. That was the first bill that he signed into office. He declared the United States bankrupt. So if the United States of America is bankrupt and we all out here going crazy for FRNs and this whole power, but really don't understand that the power is the credit.
Yeah.
Listen to the
That's really good
news.
information.
Listen to
Uh-huh.
the news. They speak very vulgarly. They say the private citizens and the public citizens. Who are the private and who are the public? We are the public as regular people, and the private sector is those that's really out here pushing all of the plays.
100%. And so that's really good information. I'm actually glad you went on and touched a lot of good information by going over, say that one postal where we can actually establish, say, for example, getting our companies from the ground up, being able to make sure we have identity, which comes with, say, the name. You can get your address, you get a street address, phone number. And you said one of the key things I took from this is really establish that good email. You don't have a little pookie at gmail.com trying to apply for for a financial advisory company. They're gonna be like, hey, little Pookie, what you know about the streets or you know about the business aspect? Or
Yes,
then come to other things you went over, which was that at DMB in order to help get the credit was done. And one of the nuggets that I did know for a while that you went over too was really about the Quill and I say the Granger, helping out establish small business credits. But one thing I think goes wrong with a lot of people is that they don't like to pay back. They like a lot of free stuff, and so tend to say uh, that they don't want to pay back. Like they'll establish so much business credit, which is good. How important it is to maintain, say, your business credit. Yeah,
It's
and I
funny.
mean, in order to get the maintenance part, it kind of goes into the end of where you was at, talking about like that's the world's kind of built on credit, but a lot of times that happen with say us is that we well say they're gonna take this advice. What advice do you after they establish 3 steps, get business credit? Like, what advice do you give to keep things
One
moving
thing
forward?
I definitely want to say before I move and say anything different, I have to clarify with you that personal credit, because a lot of our viewers they normally dealt with personal credit versus business credit. And one of the big mistakes and the big difference between personal credit and business credit is this. On the personal side, when you generally have personal credit, you have a monthly payment that you have to pay back, and you generally pay back 20, 30, $40, right? But you probably borrowed 100, 500, $1,000, but you just have to pay back a bare minimum. And as long as you pay back the bare minimum, you deem okay, right? With business credit, it's the total opposite. And that's why I use the illustration of that water hose for an example. If you want to use that water, if you know you need a water hose, buy that $75 water hose. Don't buy nothing that you know you ain't going to use, because when that bill come, they not asking you for $25 a month. They want the whole amount. So that's why I specify spend over $50, not including shipping. You have to spend over $50 in order for them to report it to your credit. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
Now, long as you spend over $50, when you get the bill for whatever it is, you have to pay that bill back in full. You don't get partial payments. Even on business credit cards, you don't get partial payments and minimum payment dues like personal side of credit. Business side of credit, remember, you running a business. So what I'm going to drop down for next week, we're going to give real life examples on how you could use your credit to build a business, as far as like landscaping, pressure cleaning. I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step process, totally off of credit, where you're not spending a dollar out of pocket, and open up those type of businesses. So that's what we're going to definitely drop for the viewers next week, because I know we don't have the time this week. But
Yeah.
like I say again, you have to be running a business. If you're going to buy these people products, you have to be generating some kind of income from what it is that you're getting from them to be able to pay it back in full, not a partial payment. You know, that's why Walmart is so big, because Walmart get all of their products on the front end and they sell it to the consumers for so cheap, because even if they making a quarter for a gallon of bleach, but if they selling 1,000,000 gallons, that mean they made 1,000,000 quarters. That's how
Mm-hmm.
Walmart think. You get what I'm saying? And they get it all off of credit, but they have to pay it all right back.
But they're making that, and that's good information. That's good information, man. You really dropped some good gems today, man. That was some good information. I think the viewers they're gonna be eager to tune in for next week. This is, as I said, is gonna be a series, not only from June all the way into July, all the way up to July 4th. There's gonna be some fireworks going into that fourth week. We're looking forward
Yes,
to in that
yes.
July and that fourth week, so we're gonna be making it happen. We're good to have my boy. Definitely having Sherman on here with us, and
Man,
alongside your host,
I'm glad
man,
to be on with you,
H
man.
Hendricks, Howard the Hendricks Meister, man, trying to make this thing work and twerk, baby. So we out here, man. Make sure you tune in. I put the link below for the activecredit.com. If you guys want to reach
ActivatedCredit.com.
out, you can also find. Yep. Sorry, activate.
Yeah, I got when I googled it, I think it was like one of them was taken, so I think I had to drop a letter or add a letter to
Yeah, it's
keep it kind of
activated. I'm sorry, it's
close
activated
to my
credit.
business name. But that's why I spelled it out like that, and that's why I just say put the link there so those people could never get it misconstrued. I want to just be able to tap on it and go right on over. You could check out, like I say, all my books, as well as, don't forget, man, I got them freebies in there to give y'all that information. You can find me on all my handles, from that same link. And we could just take it from there, and we could connect and we can move forward, because I'm a strong believer that each one teach one. and let's all come together and try to get to the next plateau together, man. And let's pull one another
100%.
up. And
100%.
I'm so grateful to be on here to share some of the jewels that I have. You get what I'm saying, and drop some of
Yeah.
my insight and some of my
Grateful to have you,
knowledge.
my brother.
And don't feel fresh. I mean, let everybody know. Any questions? I'm an open book. Anything you want to know, jump on at any given moment and ask away, fire free. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to definitely get the questions answered. And if I don't have the answer right then and there, trust and believe me, I'm connected to the point to where within about an hour or so, I'll definitely get your answer if I don't have it. Because I'm not the one to sit here and say, I'm the guru. I know it
Mm.
all, because I don't know it all. I'm not a scholar. I just know a little bit about a lot and what I have personally been through. I will never tell you nothing that I have not personally walked through and personally experienced in my own personal life. Even if it was a success, even if it was one of my failures, I'm gonna tell you whatever it is, and I'm gonna let you know, because I'm so vulgar, that I'm gonna let you know that, hey, I failed at it this way, so don't do it like this, bro. Do it like this. That's who I am.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. And that's a good note to leave off on, man. Next week, we look forward to it. Hey, you guys, make sure you like, share, comment, drop the cash app, drop the information, man. Make sure you pass us on Facebook. See you guys later. Until next time. And we out,
Peace.
man.